his partner, Erica Frantz from Michigan. I believe she works for Michigan State but lives in Ann Arbor, which to me seems like a conflict of interest, but I appreciate it. She also doesn't have Facebook and has a flip phone. So, fun fact about Erica. They're taking on Rob Davidson and Bobby Oshiro, who will be on the near end receiving serve. Bobby Oshiro, tennis player out of Boise State, originally from Hawaii. Actually, Megan Charity was an assistant coach while she was a tennis player at Boise State, so fun connection there. Oh, that ball is sailing long from Laville, but Oshiro can't get her paddle out of the way in time. And again, we heard Lee Whitwell mention in her post-game interview following the previous matchup how annoying the wind is right now. We'll continue to see that all day as it is just gusting. Oh, nice hands, Bobby Oshiro. Nice resets. Louis Laville just cannot put any of these away. Oh, and then he puts it into the net. Oh, those are the hardest when you have a bunch of opportunities and the ball just keeps coming back. Bobby Oshiro did a fantastic job of implementing the make your opponent hit one more shot. That's going to sail long. Of course, Frantz and Laville are going to have the wind to their back on that far end. They're the number 20 seed here today in pro mixed doubles. Oshiro and Davidson, the number 12. You can just see the wind absolutely wreaking havoc on both teams right now. So yes, anyone wondering, Louis Laville is playing with a paddle that just got approved. I want to say it's from England. We were discussing it with him yesterday. I think it's called Gorilla or something to that, but I don't think they're really widely available yet. That's why it's pretty unknown at this point. Oh, nice shot there. A little inside out there off that paddle from Laville. Nice spot right in that back corner.
2-1-2.
That's going to go just a little wide. Thank you so much again for joining us, whether you're on our YouTube APP TV page or watching on the APP Tour Facebook page. Lots of fantastic pickleball being played this weekend, so thank you again for joining. Make sure and like, subscribe, follow, all that other fabulous social media buzzwords. Nice defense from Oshiro on the ATP there from Laville, but Frantz there to clean it up. Nice two-handed backhand put away from her. Again, this is just one match to 15, so our teams will switch ends at 8. Right now tied up at 3s. Leaves that last dink just a little short. Michelle Baumgartner is our USA Pickleball Certified Ref for this match. And again, with the wind just swirling for the most part, it's fairly steady in one direction, but it has been changing direction at a moment's notice. Oh, that ball gets held up so much from the wind. Davidson takes advantage of that really short ball, comes in and attacks it. Oh, the tense. If all of a sudden you don't hear me, guys, or I scream, it's because I got blown off my chair.
And 2 players, Art Art Silverman, please report to court number 5 immediately. Art Silverman, court number 5.
Rob Davidson, of course, very tall out there on the pickleball court, got a lot of length and reach.
5, 3, 1.
Ooh, nice get there from Bobby Oshiro. Little backhand block. And then drops it in there. I'm sure the wind helped her out a little bit on that as well. Oh, that one. The wind not so kind though. Definitely hits an out ball, but Frantz pays her back with a second one. This one she lets sail long. And Oshiro and Davidson have been rolling here. Now 1 point away from that end change. And they will get it on that. So Oshiro and Davidson get that 8th point, trigger the end change. 15 and higher mile-per-hour winds, which makes everything just a little bit more interesting here in pickleball land. Currently in Plantation, Florida at the beautiful Plantation Central Park. Oh, Oshiro with the ATP, and Louis Laville takes one to the body, and he had a great sound effect as well when he got hit. Very dramatic, I appreciate that.
9, 3, 2.
So Oshiro and Davidson keep rolling here, hoping to stay alive in our consolation bracket. Loser of this match will be done for the day.
3, 9, 1.
Oh, nice speed up there, right up the middle from Laville. Davidson puts that one off the edge of his paddle into the stands. I imagine we will have a semifinal matchup coming up next. I will let you guys know at home as soon as we know who we'll have next here on Championship Court. So you guys can stay tuned.
Second serve. 4, 9, 2.
Oh, nice spot from Oshiro. You can see Frantz tried to get a paddle out on that. It was just out of her reach.
9, 4, 1. Second serve.
And I've just got word that winds are currently 17 miles an hour here in Plantation, Florida. And I have also gotten an update that our match coming up next will be a semifinal matchup. Simone Jardim and Dylan Frazier will be taking on Georgia Johnson and Gabriel Tardio. Nice angle there from Laville.
All right, attention players, this is a reminder. All players, when you receive your text notification, please report directly to your court. All players, please report directly to your court when you receive your court assignment via text notification. Thank you.
mentioned Louis Laville, one of the top players out of England. We will be heading to England for the English Open, the final weekend in June.
5, 10, 1.
I am sure we'll be seeing him there at that tournament as the sport continues to grow around the world, including Europe. Of course, it's a little bit behind here in the States, but very excited to go and see some of the fabulous European players.
Side out. 10, 5, 1.
Nice eye there from Laville, letting that one sail long.
10, 5, 2.
Oshiro and Davidson have been slowed down here after they switched ends. Not quite rolling as hard here, but error from Laville into the net puts them up 11-5-2. A little short there as Oshiro tries to short hop that dink. Didn't quite get under it enough.
5, 11, 1.
Nice spot there from Davidson up the middle. And yes, Odoth, I see you. I have been to England one time previously, and I had the pleasure of being able to visit Wimbledon. I was there actually the week before the tournament. Got to see Sharapova as she arrived for some practice. Did not get to be there during the tournament, but it was super fun to see that stadium, which is where Louis Laville is from. Oh, we're going to have a timeout here called. Let's close this gap a little bit here in this consolation match.
6, 1. Second serve. 11, 6, 2. Side out.
All right, so after that timeout, they lost the next two rallies, which can be the downside of an offensive timeout. And Frantz coming out firing on that shot.
7, 11, 1. Second serve.
Davidson will speed up down the sideline there.
7, 11, 2. Side out.
Another speed up. A lot of these balls we've seen sped up are absolutely going long. We've seen a lot of out balls get hit, especially in this matchup, but in previous ones as well. The wind especially factoring in, it can be so hard to know if the ball's going to drop. You don't want to risk it, so I think a lot of these players just kind of out of reflex are hitting these out balls. And a lot of them are coming very fast as well, so sometimes hard to make that call in the moment. Ooh, very short serve there from Davidson.
Point. 13, 7,
2 points is all that separates Davidson and Oshiro from moving on here today. And again, Davidson tries to call Oshiro off the first ball from Frantz. That one, which was going long, that one she then leaves and it catches that back line.
7,
So that right there is the risk with letting those balls go, especially when wind is such a factor. Nice pickup from Frantz on that overhead from Oshiro. But this is a match point here for Bobby Oshiro and Rob Davidson.
14-7-2. Side out.
But a good hold there from Frantz and Laville, still alive here.
7-14-1.
Gonna definitely have to make a run here though. They want to stay in this match. Laville throws up a lob. That nice switch there with Oshiro. She recognized that lob was not only going back but also to the side, so switched over as Davidson took that.
Side out.
And Frantz and Laville have just struggled a little bit with some unforced errors and execution here in this matchup. They certainly have been in it, having some really great shots, really great rallies, just have come up a little short in the execution department here. Oshiro with the hands. Keeps her